NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing, brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. By Off Track with Tony Stewart, presented by Armor All. An exclusive video series that puts you behind the scenes with racing superstar Tony Stewart. To watch now, go to NASCAR.com/ArmorAll. By Sprint, the Now Network. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
72 laps are complete. Casey Kane has been to pit road. Jimmy Johnson has been to pit road. Tony Stewart is the race leader, about 4 seconds ahead of Robbie Gordon. A report on Stewart from Matt Yoakum.
Bill, Tony Stewart's opened up almost a 5-second lead. This is recent conversation between he and Darian Grubb.
I'm hoping this will be one of those deals where we get a caution there towards the end and break the windows up. You get a faster car, we'll go get them. I like that strategy. It's a hell of a lot better than just riding around here. Yeah, it's a lot cooler to watch you go out there and pass those cars. Things pretty dang fast. Yeah, it's fun today, man. At the beginning there, I was a little worried.
6 laps ago, Darian Grubb gave him the green light. So go ahead and go as hard as you can. Give me 6 good laps, and then our window opens. The guys are on the wall. They're waiting for Stewart to come any lap now.
Jeff Burton has had an off-course excursion. He's back on the track in the 31 car. Here you see Tony leading the race, last pitted on lap 54. We're working lap 74 right now. These road course races, you have to hope the strategy comes to you.
Well, it kind of has for Robbie. I mean, Robbie Gordon's sitting up there in second spot right now, and it wasn't long ago I looked back and I went, well, I wonder what's wrong with Robbie. He's back in 32nd.
Robbie Gordon runs right behind Tony Stewart on the track. He's 5 seconds behind him on the clock. Here he comes. Foot cam for Robbie Gordon. He's through turn 11.
And Robbie was, I think he was the fastest car in final practice yesterday.
You can get here, buddy. Doing good.
And his feet are high on those pedals.
Here, 3 more.
Way high. Yeah, it's like in the middle of his foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like.
Usually you use like the ball of your foot to hit the meat of the pedal, but his feet, both the throttle and the brake, are way high.
And you know, we've looked at the foot pedals in 3 or 4 different cars. Every set of pedals are different, and that's just driver preference. It's how you want to hit it, how much pressure, where's your pressure point on your foot, how you look at the accelerator, how you look at the rest of it.
Some of the pedals are mounted are floor mounts.
Yeah.
Some are mounted up from the top.
It's incredible, man. Everybody, you step back and you look at these cars and they all look the same except for the paint jobs on them, and then you get to looking at little things like that, and it's just driver preference. He's on the brake and the gas at the same time, you know, and you see a lot of that. And that's not something you do on an oval track. Even at a Martinsville or a place like that, you don't use your feet like this. And that's why these guys, as you talk about a Robbie Gordon, talk about a Max Pappas, who's done a great job today. I thought he was back in the top 10 or 12 a minute ago looking at the thing. He's fallen back after he pitted. But you look at some of these guys, they learn it, and they learn that dance early, and they do it so well, man. And you know, the Cup guys have always had that knock. We don't know how to do it, or they don't know how to do it.
Leader on pit road. Tony Stewart heads for his pit. Matt?
Some slight damage to the right front bumper. Jeff Gooch Patterson, the gas man. The first 88 pounds of fuel goes in, then Gooch and Scott Radel. Radel holds the can, Gooch retakes it, and Stewart's away to Ralph.
Jimmy Watts is going to get his turn with the gas can, Matt. He's the guy working the big can for Marcus Ambrose. Here he comes over. He's also got a wrench in his hand. They're going to make some track bar adjustments here. There you see the shift with the gas can. They think they're pretty good. They're going to take 4 tires of fuel, and they think they can go all the way from here. I asked them if they were good with their strategy. Frankie Kerr said, kind of. Kevin Harvick's been running good lap times. They wanted to stay out as long as they could because the car was running so well.
And that was a, man, I was just getting ready to say that was a good, clean pit stop for the 47, and that's what they needed.
Man. Bobby's just trying to find the track at this point in time. I mean, but you can't see anything. There's so much dust, the car's full of dust, and that's not a knock. You're just trying to find the racetrack. Now he's going to pull over here and try to get a caution. I don't think I'm interested to see how much damage the 47's got, but and there is the caution. And Bobby may get out of that mess. Yeah. Now this works pretty good for the 47 car. But look at all that gravel. Now, as we talked earlier, look at all this gravel. Continue to watch it fall. As it falls off the side there. That's incredible, man. And that's what, when your tires are hot, these guys will get up there before they get a chance to sweep that off. So a lot of these guys that have just pitted and have hot tires, they're going to pick this up. I don't think Marcos has a whole lot of damage to that car. And Jimmy Johnson did a great job. Look at Jimmy Johnson. I mean, he's got him locked up going to the outside, going straight at him. And this is just one of those deals where Marcus was all the way to the left. He couldn't really go any more to the left. And it was just, these guys were all racing for that same real estate. But you come up there and look, you can see the position, see where they're at. Boom. Bobby's trying to cut to get over to the curb to set himself up for the next turn. Yeah. And that's where he's looking. You're always looking to the next corner. Oh, man, I'll tell you. That was ugly right there. Yeah. But you're always looking to the next corner on a road course.
Brandon Ash is the lucky dog.
Coming outside.
It's the 47 on
board. Right in front of you. Come on, keep taking.
Tell you, Marcos dodged a big bullet on that one right there.
And so did Jimmy Johnson. I'm going to tell you, because he could have drove right in the door.
Now, isn't that's going to put them in a great spot because they just pitted, right?
Right.
So if a lot of these other guys come in and pit.
Casey Kane pitted on lap 71. He's in 5th. Tony Stewart pitted on lap 75. He's currently scored 7th. Joey Logano pitted on 66. He's in the 6th position.
Okay, now look, see Marcus was rubbing that left and right really hard. I think he's wanting to see if he's going to have a tire rub because there is damage on that right front.
Hey guys, remember what I said about staying out too long and a caution burning you?
Yep.
You're looking at the man that just got burned by that caution. Stayed out way too long. Robbie Gordon, you know, we're sitting here now with 36 cars on the lead lap. He has to pit. And I just think by not coming to pit road when the window opened, it very possibly, Ralph, cost him the race.
Hey, Larry, you're getting pretty good at this gas thing. That's exactly what their problem is. I just talked to Bob Gordon, Robbie's dad. He was so frustrated. He said we had planned on coming in right then when that caution came out. They had to stay out to get another lap or two in so they'd have enough fuel if there was a green-white checkered scenario. Everything was falling their way. And it just went away.
You don't have to say anything. All you have to do is look at Robbie's reaction inside that car, and you can tell that they just gave it away. Yeah, it's hard to believe you can be strapped in and have that much body language, but I mean that says it all, man. He's shaking his head, he's putting it in his lap. I mean, his hands are hanging onto the net. That's just it. It gets right back to Larry. It's still. Even if I don't know where his window exactly was, but it's a gamble. I mean, it's all timing on if you can hit it right or not.
Yeah, Wally, I think he was a well 2 to 3 laps. I just think I'd rather lose a race because I didn't have enough fuel to make it through a green-white checkered than lose a race this way.
Yeah.
So now Robbie heads to his pit stall under caution. Robbie Gordon has not pitted. Scott Speed, Martin Truex Jr., John Andretti. If they all come, it should circle around to Casey Kane as the leader. Ralph?
You know, one thing about this is Robbie makes his pit stop. They'll make a quick chassis adjustment, pack him full of fuel. Kirk Almquist, his crew chief, told me this morning, the biggest difference for Robbie this year is that they are on the same page. They have all agreed what they were going to do race strategy-wise. They would live and die together as a team, Marty.
Ralph, Jeff Gordon didn't have a whole lot to lose here, pitting for 4 tires and fuel. They were all the way back at the tail end of the lead lap. He did not make much progress once he got those new tires on from the last stop, trying for everything they can. They're hoping these new tires gain them something.
Did you see those guys on the 7 car banging on it, trying to get Robbie, trying to inspire him, motivate him a little bit?
But it's a team sport. How many times have we talked about this in our couple of weeks here at TNT? It's a team sport, and everything that's going on here, from the gamble to the gas to the tires to when I'm going to pit and when I'm not, is a team deal. The team has to stay up because they can still salvage something here.
Under caution right now, Scott Speed is the race leader, but he hasn't been to pit road since lap 54. See if he comes now or comes a little bit later. Casey Kane runs 2nd, then it's Logano, Stewart, and Denny Hamlin.